Underneath the streets of Budapest, the Earth's crust is fractured. The Hungarian capital sits directly on top of a geological anomaly, a sprawling subterranean network of over 100 active, naturally heated thermal springs. Modern European urban life runs on strict schedules, endless transit lines, and a constant low-level hum of noise. Over time, that friction builds up, and the human body eventually demands a hard physical reset. To find that reset here, you don't have to flee the city. You head toward the Central Park, where an enormous pale yellow compound sits right in the middle of the urban grid. This is the Széchenyi Thermal Bath. It spans over 6,200 square meters of expansive courtyards, colonnades, and steaming turquoise pools. While it carries the aesthetics of a royal palace, it operates as a highly engineered machine. Every tile, pool, and corridor of this century-old facility was specifically designed to force your nervous system to power down. The serenity resting on the surface is driven entirely by immense, violent pressure churning deep underground. In the 1870s, a Hungarian mining engineer named Vilmos Zsigmondy developed an obsession. He was convinced that the pest side of the city was sitting on a massive, untapped reservoir of geothermal energy. To prove it, his team began drilling a massive vertical shaft down through the bedrock. It took over a decade of labor, but the engineers eventually struck a thermal spring more than 1,200 meters below ground, unleashing a steady flow of water heated to 77 degrees Celsius. As that superheated water is forced up towards the surface, it dissolves the surrounding rock, absorbing a heavy payload of specific minerals, namely calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. When human skin is immersed in this chemical cocktail, blood vessels rapidly dilate. The combination of heat and mineral absorption actively lowers blood pressure, eases chronic joint inflammation, and accelerates muscle tissue repair. The foundation of the entire complex relies on this exact alliance: heavy 19th century industrial engineering harnessing raw, prehistoric geology. To package that raw thermal power for the public, the city hired architect Győző Cigler, who delivered the completed main building in 1913. Cigler wrapped the industrial plumbing in an opulent neo-Baroque exterior. He constructed a literal water palace, utilizing domes, towering arches, and ornate statues to elevate the physical act of bathing into an experience of grandeur. But when you leave the bright, wide-open courtyard and step inside, the spatial logic shifts. You enter a dimly lit, labyrinthine network of tiled chambers, narrow corridors, and vaulted stone ceilings. Hidden within this indoor maze are 15 different pools, 3 sprawling outdoor basins, and 10 separate saunas, each precisely calibrated to varying, often extreme temperatures. The floor plan is notoriously confusing, and that is a deliberate feature. The non-linear layout acts as a psychological filter, forcing you to stop looking for a direct path, abandon your schedule, and simply wander through the steam. This sprawling compound is anchored in Városliget, or City Park, sitting directly adjacent to the monumental stone statues of Hero Square. Resting in the city's largest green space makes the Bath Budapest's unofficial living room. It serves as a central gathering point where locals from all walks of life have converged for generations. Inside the thermal zones, visitors adhere to a strict, unspoken etiquette. Voices are kept to a quiet hum, sudden movements are avoided, and bathers follow careful temperature routines to extract the maximum healing benefit from the water. Out in the large thermal pool, you find the most recognizable fixture of this culture: older men playing intense matches on waterproof floating chessboards. This ritual continues year-round. In the dead of winter, visitors sit submerged to their shoulders in 38-degree water, while thick steam billows around them and sub-zero air bites at their faces. In a hyper-connected world defined by screens and speed, Szechenyi requires you to step away, submerge yourself, and surrender to the ancient rhythms of the earth.